Hi all, welcome to Graphics Desk. In this video, we'll see how to get from this as an orthographic projection to this isometric solution. So if we talk about this object, what we have is the overall length of the object, that is along x direction, it is 60 mm. Overall width of the object is 50 mm, that is in y direction. Overall height of the object is 20 plus 20 plus 32, that is 72. That's the overall height in z direction. Origin is given here in the front view, it is on the left hand side. On the left hand side view, it is to the right. The overall geometry of this is symmetric along the y-axis. So the object consists of primarily two parts, I would say. One is the base plate, that means this portion of the object, or this in the left hand side view. Again, the width of it is 50 mm, height is 20 mm, and length is 60 mm. So this is the base plate, and this is the vertical wall, which is the dimension. The overall height is 72 mm that we have seen here. The width is 20 mm, and the length of it is 60 mm throughout the object. The other interesting thing to note is that the top portion of the wall that we are referring to, we don't have the length given of the topmost portion here, but what we have been given is angle as 60 degrees on either side. So we don't know this length, and this will be interesting because we'll have to calculate it while we draw the isometric view. So let's start with the base plate here. So the direction in x, the measurement in x direction is 60. The measurement in y direction, that is width of the base plate, is 50 mm, and overall height is 20 mm. So let's draw that first. Now this is the base plate. So this is 60 mm, this is 50 mm in y direction, and this is 20 mm in z direction. Now we have already located the center along the y-axis, because as I mentioned that this geometry, the overall geometry including the base plate, is symmetrical along y-axis. So this is the center point line at the center. Now what we have to draw is, we start drawing from the origin. So what we'll have is, we'll have this line as solid. This part would be solid, so as this line would be solid, and also this line to begin with would be solid. Now we have not constructed anything on the top, because we have this semicircular slot, I would say, here, which is with 15 mm, but the bottom of the base plate would be solid, and we have drawn that already. So let's construct this slot here, which is 15 mm in width, that is in y direction. The radius is given as R10. The semicircular slot has a radius 10. So naturally the depth of it will be 10 mm. So let's draw that. So for this we'll have to locate the center point first, which will be this point. So from this point we draw line along x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. So this is the center point, and we have line along x, y, and z. So as R10, radius is given as 10, so let's draw a circle of radius 10 here. Now remember, we are drawing a circle, we are doing the construction line, so make sure when you are drawing it on the sheet, these are faint and not dark while we drew the construction. So this is R10, radius 10. Now we have to locate the center point. So for that, the axis of this particular slot is along y-axis. That means this is the axis. So we'll have to connect these 2 points to this one, and this points to this one. this is how we should have arrow-like shape along y-axis. Now 4 points that we have got is this and this is for smaller circle, smaller arc, and these two are for the larger arcs. Now as this is a semicircle, even though we have got 4 points to draw the arc, we would need only 2. So we'll have to draw an arc from this point to this point, with this being the center, and from this point to this point, with this being the center. So let's draw the larger arc first. So this is the center point, this is the radius, this is the larger arc. And for the smaller arc, this is the center, this has radius, this will be the smaller arc. So this is how the circular portion would look like, the one which is on this face. Now let's complete the other part here. So from this point we have to connect this one, and from this point we have to connect this one. So we have completed this face. Now in addition to that, we have to note that the depth of it, that means the y direction, is 15 mm. What we'll have to do is we'll have to take this center, we have to measure 15 mm in y direction. We have to locate the center for the other part of the arc, which is this part. We have to draw it. Then we'll have to see what part of the object would be visible. So these two lines would be the line associated to this particular point, or represented as point in the front view, and in the side view it is this line. So we have drawn this line. The arc would now come from this point. So this is the arc which is parallel to this. Now it is exactly meeting at the same point where we have here, but if it is extended, we'll have to remove that portion. Now we don't have to draw it beyond that. Now in addition to that, there is a line which is in the front view is visible here, and in the left hand side view it is represented as dot here. That line will be connecting from this point to this point. So let's draw that as well. Okay, so with this we have completed this semicircular slot to the base plate. Now in addition to that, we talked about the wall. So the dimensions of the wall, which is this portion, are given as 60 mm in x direction, 20 mm in y direction, but this wall starts at the end of the base plate. That means it will start here, and it will be 20 mm towards the origin in this direction along x-axis. Along y-axis, and along z-axis its height is 72 mm. So this is where the wall will be, and this is how it will look. It will be visible along with the base plate. So what part of the lines would be solid? Now we can draw this line. That means the line which is represented as dot here, and also here. Also the line which is intersecting this base plate and the wall. That means the line which is represented as dot in this view, in the left hand side view, or the one which is visible here as a straight line. So let's draw that part first. So line would be coming from this point to this, then up until this point, and then this one. So with this we have completed the top portion of the base plate. Now coming to the wall and the construction related to wall. So as I mentioned earlier, that the wall or the vertical part of it runs until 20 plus 32, and then thereafter it is 60 degrees toward. So we don't have this dimension, but we can draw the vertical straight lines right now, and this is the line up until we will have those lines, because this is 20 mm from the top. So let's draw this line here, this one, this one, and in addition to that, there will be a line from this point to this point. The line on the other side would not be visible, so we don't have to draw that. But as we have drawn this line, which can be seen in the left hand side view, and this line, which is also visible in the left hand side view, we additionally have this line. So we'll have to connect the end points of this lines that we have drawn, which will be again a solid line. So let's draw that solid line, which means connecting this point to this point. Again, on the other side it will not be visible, so we have to draw this line only. Now, coming to this top portion of the object, what we know is this angle is 60 degrees to horizontal, but we don't know the top length or the length at the top. So we'll have to draw the external construction for this much of portion, from which we can figure out or identify what is the length of this object. Now, this being neither parallel to x or y or z axis, we cannot measure this. We cannot measure this on the isometric view, but we certainly can measure this line as it is parallel to x axis. So let's go to the external construction and we draw this portion of the object. So let's draw horizontal parallel lines, 60 mm. We'll have to mark on that. So these are the two parallel lines separated by 20 mm. That means this line and this line we have constructed. Let's draw a vertical line representing the center line here. So this vertical line is representing the center line, which is this line. Now we have to measure the distance, 30 mm on this side and 30 mm on the other side. So that we'll get this exact distance, which is 60 mm. So this line and this line are parallel to the vertical line, separated by 60 mm in between. That means this portion from this point to this point, it is 60 mm. So let's draw from this point 60 degree angle line at 60 degree here and here. So these are the two lines. So this line and this line are at 60 degrees. This line and this is at 60 degrees. So this is the length that we want. So let's measure this length first, from this point to this point. Now that comes out to be 36.9. So the length that we want is 36.9. Now let's go to our geometry. So we have located this point and this point, which is exactly distance between the two is 36.9, as we have already measured that. So what does it mean is that we managed to locate the 2 points that were under discussion. So this point and this point. So we can draw a solid line connecting this point to this and this, which means in the diagram we have to connect this with this and this, so with which our top portion would be complete. So let's draw that. So we have completed the top portion of the front side of the wall. Similarly, there would be a far side of the wall, which means here also we'll have to locate those 2 points and we have to draw it. So for that, what you can do is you can draw a line parallel to this, passing through this point, which will eventually give you the point associated to equivalent to this, but on the far side of the wall. So let's draw that. Okay, so this is how the same profile on the far side of the object is. Now I have not drawn the line parallel to this. The reason for that is it is hidden behind the object, hidden behind the wall. So for us, we will have to locate the edges. The edges when I'm referring to are basically the edge which is this edge, and here in the left hand side view it is superimposed, but on the right hand side view it is in the front view it is represented as dot at this place and this place. That means we'll have to connect this point to this and this point to this. Okay, so with this our object is complete, except we have to draw the hole in between. So this is how our object would look like, and that's the reason why we have not drawn this line or line parallel to this, because it is hidden behind the top face of the wall. Now the only remaining portion here is this particular hole, which is of diameter 20. So let's locate the center point first, and we have already located it. So this is what the center point is. So let's mark the lines along x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis from the center point. Okay, so here we have drawn the x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis, passing through the center point where we want to draw the circle. Now remember, this is a full circle here with radius 10. So let's intersect these center lines. 6 points we draw by drawing a circle of radius 10 here. Okay, so these are the 6 points. So the axis of this particular hole is along y-axis. That means this is the axis of the hole, which means we'll have to connect this point with these two, this point with these two, and from there we'll be able to draw the circle. So let's draw those lines. Now if you see, this is more like an arrow pointing the direction of the axis of hole. So the 4 points that we are talking is this one and this one for the larger arc, and these two are the center points for the smaller arc. So let's start with the larger arc first, with this being the center, this being the radius. We draw this arc. Again, the second larger arc would be like this. Now coming to smaller arc, this is the center, this is the radius, this is first smaller arc, and this is second smaller arc. So the hole would look like this at the center of this wall. Now in addition to that, there is a hole on the far side of the wall as well, but we don't need to worry because the opening of the visible part is certainly less than 20 mm, and the complete circle which is on the far side of the wall would not be visible through. So this is how our object would look like.